Hey guys, so I want to show you a surefire way to not only reach all of your goals in the new year, but get to a point where they're not even something you care about that bad because you're just that amazing of a person. So, when I used to struggle with cleaning the house, binge eating, being lazy, things like that, I really was addicted. I was in a mindset of addiction. And I think a lot of times it only takes one small insecurity or part of your life to become a really big anxiety. I also feel like I used to be a more anxiously attached person than I am now. And my advice I'm going to give you, it's not going to be a one-stop shop, but don't click away. It could be life-changing. So I used to be vegan, and I watched this YouTuber, Fully Raw Christina. Something that stuck out to me so much about her is how soft-spoken, beautiful, feminine she was. To me, when you look at her, it makes you want to eat vegan because she's just this poster child of health. And mind you, I was a person stuck in this cycle of binging and feeling guilty and over-exercising. And I would watch her videos hoping for a quick fix, And I think the truth is so many of us click on these videos with this clickbait title that I might give this one, like how to lose weight, how to get a flat stomach, because we want the dopamine of thinking we're doing something, but we're honestly not. So I'd click on her videos, but just how peaceful she was made me want to be vegan or at least try more fruits and things like that. I watch a YouTuber, Alexis, she's a femininity YouTuber, and her tone is so soft-spoken. She's such a clearly well taken care of woman that when I watch her videos, it elevates me to a higher headspace. Today, I decided the past week, I've been eating fast food like every day because it's that last week before Christmas. You're just like trying to get through the day. So I went to Whole Foods today and I bought some juices and I decided to do a little like half-day juice cleanse thing. And I'm going to listen to my body and see how it makes me feel. But I feel like my skin has been a little bit congested from all of the fast food and lack of fiber and underhydration. So I really wanted to see what will happen if I kind of prioritize like hydration and fruits and just gentler meals for my digestive system and my gut. But I say all that to say that when I watch these YouTubers who embody this, they get me to buy into the process. In the past, I would watch, how many of you do this? Leave a comment if you do this because I'm curious. I used to watch so much weight loss content, yet I was not into going to the gym or eating healthy. It's like I would watch it out of some weird guilt or obsession. And if you click this video for the same reason, I want to tell you that after getting up and going to the gym and trying to eat healthier, even when I fall off, I can still motivate myself now to go back to the gym, which is huge for me because I used to be the kind of person where it was so hard to get motivation to stick with my goals. And even if I did, if I fell off for one day or had to just to do normal activities, I was not getting back into that gym. So I'm saying all this to say, I want to provide some comfort to you if you're in this harmful cycle. The more hard things you do, they're going to get easier. And now, I know you're thinking, okay, this sounds generic, but I genuinely believe things were out of my control in the past. I would walk around, I was very bloated, I carried a lot of excess weight, I had no energy. This is another big thing. I went to the gym initially for vanity. Now I go for clarity, mental health, confidence, energy, recreation, challenge, everything. It's nothing to do with the appearance now. And I was so in a different headspace back then. It's like, I go to this store, Food Lion, near me, and every time I go, it's like there's people crashing into you with their carts. Everyone's in a bad mood. The employees are rude. It's stressful. There's no parking. I always almost get in a car accident. Today I went to the Whole Foods to grab my juices and everything there just felt relaxing. When I leave that store, I feel like I'm just living in Los Angeles and I'm like a celebrity off duty. And this grocery store costs a little bit more. You know, this is why rich people go to these fancy gyms and these health clubs, because they, you know, and I strive someday to glow up so much to the point in my speech and presentation and everything that maybe you guys are like, oh, this is a person who's going to the country club every day, you know, but as of now, I'm just going to a gym, you know, I'm going to the grocery store, doing normal things, but I understand why wealthy people gatekeep things, because it's like when you change into that high value mindset, it is a huge change. My biggest advice to literally me, like me 2 years ago, 1 year ago watching this, is like, those people do not matter. What matters is how you feel. I keep pointing aggressively because I feel so strongly about this. I'm literally thinking of the headspace I was in where I went through a breakup. I was so lethargic. I had no energy. I had no motivation. I couldn't try anything new. I was so scared to fail, so scared to believe that if I actually put effort to something, it would work. I started going on walks around the block in the cold of winter while there was literally snow on the ground after a bad breakup. I was like, I just feel so low. This cannot continue. Like, you know, I want you guys to like relax your shoulders and exhale as you watch my videos and know that like this is a safe space, but like I understand when you're selling yourself short, and I don't genuinely think that's the life you're setting out to live. Like for me, I had told myself, okay, I care about my career, I care about my loved ones. That's it. Don't you want to feel handsome or beautiful? Don't you want to feel strong and healthy? You know, and healthy. This is why I'm taking a juice cleanse now, right? All week I've been eating fast food. You know, even me, who I'm out here making videos about discipline, and by no means am I saying I am the king of discipline, but I just have more of a mindset now that what I do is going to matter. And I want you to listen to that and let that stick. And of course, I love it if you subscribe, because I can promise you I'm going to make videos about being your higher self. Like, I want you to know if that's the thing you struggle with, it is going to get better for you. Like, there is so much potential out there. I listened to so many podcasts when I was at my lowest, and just hearing these people say things like, you know, you could go to the grocery store, you can drink lemon water. I feel like it's the little things for me, like the scalp scrubs and the lemon water and the stretching, where when I'm focused on these things, I literally have zero energy to be worried about drama, doom scrolling, being lazy, binge eating. When you go to the gym, first of all, you're kind of going to lose your appetite because you're only going to be hungry when you actually need nutrients. And you're going to realize you need nutrients. This is the thing why I love Fully Raw Christina's channel, because even though I'm not a vegan, she makes me want to be a vegan. In all of her videos, she shows herself drinking this big juice, and it's like homemade and it's like fresh fruit, and it looks so healthy. And she's just embodying, you know, and I'm giving this advice assuming you're someone who struggles with these things, as I used to. And I mean, it's still an uphill battle, but I want to testify that since I've gone to the gym consistently for probably almost a year at this point. I mean, if you count all the cold winter months when I was walking this time last year, very slowly, very out of breath, feeling very dumb. I just want you guys, I mean, this is why my advice is like, do it now. Like, if you have ADHD, push yourself. That's my advice. You know, don't make a list. I mean, now there's some things that will help. Like for me, I mean, signing up for a workout class or telling a friend we're going to go together, those are things that will help. Or as soon as I come home from work, sometimes I'll drink a coffee on the way home even to like perk up so I can go do my workout if I'm feeling lazy, you know? Do what you need to do to get you where you need to be. But all of this stuff out here, like the, you know, just all of it, it's a lot of hooey. Like, 99% of it is just do it. My mom used to always tell me, just do it, like Nike. And that was the really good advice. And my mom would give me advice like I was a boy. She wouldn't give me this like, oh, do this, do that advice. Like she would give me advice like I was training to be a Navy SEAL. And I remember I hated drinking water growing up. And in order to stay hydrated, she'd be like, do it like a job. And that wasn't very comforting or motivating to me because I think we're all, and you who clicked on this video, I really hope this is as convincing I can be. It feels like when you talk to a young kid and, you know, you're telling them like, please don't make the same mistakes I did. I want you to subscribe to my channel because I want to continue motivating you with everything in me. Like, I can promise you, I get these premonitions to make these videos and it is the rawest, most genuine, like, please, like, if I could reach over and grab you, I would. It's gonna get better, but you cannot coddle yourself, you know? And I think a lot of times we get in these situations in the first place because we have poor mental health or we've been hurt. But let's say a breakup, for example. The headspace you're in when you have a bad breakup, you're like, or, you know, a loss, or you get fired, or anything bad you can think of. Or maybe you got in debt, right? And you're feeling low. You're feeling like you can't trust yourself as much as you thought you could. And so it becomes this dynamic where it's like a self-preservation mechanism to just lay in bed. When I have a day when I don't feel good, I always want to physically get under a blanket. Like it's an immediate like animal response. And the more I've just started like immediately going to the gym after work, I don't have that response a lot nowadays. Like I don't even get that stressed because I know I'm going to go to the gym and work that stress off. And like the first, I want to say even 20 minutes of workout, you might not feel good yet. It takes about 45 minutes of exercise to get those endorphin benefits. Like I've come in classes before, like, screw this, I'm not in the mood today, I'm going to do the bare minimum. And by the end of the class, I'm like racing everyone, you know, I'm like doing the most. And I leave just feeling like Hercules. But I understand why annoying, you know, I think runners, vegans, workout people are seen as very annoying by the average person because they've achieved something. Yeah, it's like when Leo Skeppy says lack of discipline is making you ugly. Or, you know, we resent beautiful women in our society. We tend to say they're stupid, you know, or they're gold diggers or something that we can feel better that we're not one of them, right? Like, I hate internalized misogyny, you know, like I hate when girls say, oh, these girls are just like, I think the smart girls, the beautiful girls, the smart and beautiful girls, we should all support each other. You know, same with men. I've met a lot of men in my life who are intelligent, which I like. I like intelligent people. But they have such a hatred for like the sporty, like bro kind of guys that it makes them seem way less intelligent. You know, there's a certain point, certain lack of confidence, lack of aura where you come across as less credible. Because it's like, if you were in a room next to someone slightly in shape, would you look like you're just super insecure and mad about that? You know, people who have like a sour attitude, it gets to a point where it's like, I could not really take them seriously as a person. So I'm just saying to you, you know, I know it's annoying. And I know I'm annoying. And I want to convey this advice. I don't say I'm annoying as a person, but I know it's annoying to hear from someone who goes to the gym to go to the gym. Because it's like, well, that's the whole problem. I can't. Don't say anything. Like, get your ass up and take a walk today. Oh my gosh, that's the first bad word I've said on here. I'm so sorry. But I feel very passionately about that. And if I were talking to a child, I think I would say the same thing because people will make more, and by people, I mean me. I am literally like pointing at myself being like, don't keep doing this. It's so off-putting to people. It's so ugly to say, I can't, and you didn't even try. It is so off-putting to people when you make excuses about things you have not even tried to do. Imagine taking a class in school and you're going to sit here and tell me this class is so hard and you don't study. I've done that my whole life in math because I felt that I was not good at math. So I developed such a profound avoidance that it got to the point where math was almost this abstract concept I feared. Same with cleaning or the gym. It's like I worked it into this whole big thing where I feared it. Like just someone bringing up fitness or cleaning or math made me like defensive. When people say mind over matter, I know that's not a very original one. It's so true. Like mind over matter. Before, if someone says the gym, and let me walk you through this thought process, how to heal your broken brain as mine was. I'm still working on it with like tidying up. I really struggle to just organize and find systems to organize myself. But it got to a point, let me show you the steps of how you're making excuses for not going to the gym, not starting that YouTube channel, not going to the, I already said that. Someone would bring up, let's use cleaning as an example, but it could be going to the gym for you. I'll use going to the gym as an example, because that's probably what you clicked on this video for anyway. Someone would mention they go to the gym. I would immediately project a ton of envy onto them because it was not something I did subconsciously. And I would start, what do you do first? You make excuses. I can't go to the gym. I have a full-time job. Well, I don't have the energy after work. I don't have a gym membership. I don't have anyone to go with. I get headaches. Okay, so you're making excuses because you feel attacked that you could be doing that. You know you could be doing that. I don't think you'd make excuses so strongly if it was something you knew you couldn't have. Like when I meet someone who is so much wealthier than me, I don't feel any type of way because I know that's just not the reality I was born in. Like if you were born in a, English mansion, we have different upbringings. That's fine. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm trash because I grew up in a middle-class lifestyle. No, like you are who you are, right? But you are not destined to be a caricature of your mediocrity and inferiority for the rest of your life, right? So you make these excuses, and I want you to nip that in the bud. I want you to start asking yourself, instead of making excuses, is this the thing I want? And is this the thing I can achieve, right? I think, with a lot of beauty things, I'm like, this isn't a thing I really want or need to achieve. Like, it's really not going to get me anything. In the past, when I had social media and when doom scrolled beautiful women all day, I would find dumb insecurities and be like, I need to get this procedure. I need to get that procedure. People can be pretty. That doesn't take away from your beauty, right? Some people might be a little prettier than others, but that's okay. That's not life or death. What is life or death would be like if I never wash my face and I'm sitting here covered in acne that's from not washing my face. And I'm sitting here judging, hurling insults at someone who has beautiful skin, right? I used to see these fit people and feel honestly jealousy or even hate towards them. And I'll be the first to admit it. I mean, I've had people who are less fit than me treat me this way. And I think I'm rather fit. I wouldn't say I'm excessively fit. Again, hopefully soon you'll be like, oh, you can't talk, you're excessively fit. But my point here is, make you the best you. Don't worry about the next person. If I were the only person on earth right now, I'd still be going to the gym. I'd want to feel good. I love how strong I am now. When I carry things, it doesn't even make my arms sore. I can brush my hair all day and, do a scalp treatment and I'm not like, ow, my biceps are burning. In the past, I would make all these excuses that didn't even make sense. I'd be like, I have big shoulders. I can't go to the gym and lift weights. I'll get bulky. My shoulders are smaller than they've ever been. And I lift weights like many times a week. You will make so many excuses. You ever hear someone make an excuse that doesn't make sense? And I know this isn't the most comfortable topic to discuss. So I want you, give yourself a pat on the back if you listen to this. And this is why I want you to follow me on YouTube, because I am going to give it to you the way I needed someone to give it to me. And the more fit people I like watched, I think at a certain point that envy, even if you have it still, is gonna transform into like, why not me? And then you're gonna ask yourself, well, am I doing what they're doing? This girl just said she's on, a vegan diet. She does the Stairmaster every day. She gets 10,000 steps. She sleeps 8 hours. What am I out here doing? Drinking Red Bull, sleeping 4 hours a night, eating McDonald's every day? Okay, so boom, like, you don't have to be a bikini pro, but you might need to like get up and move, right? Another thing too weight loss is a good example, because let's be honest, like, people are literally injecting themselves with a needle because that's something they care about so bad in this society, or students never study, they procrastinate. And it's like, my biggest habit change I've been doing lately, I want to show it to you. Where is it? I printed out a habit tracker. Where did it go? Anyways, I made a habit tracker, and it's literally a blank picture of a Rubik's Cube. And every time I do one of my habits for 20 minutes, which is nothing, I could put on a podcast in my headphones and zone out for an hour. And when you get in that flow state, it's nothing. Same with the gym. The worst part is that first 10 minutes when you're like signing in and like you feel all bloated and tired and you're like, I'm so angry, and you lift and then you're like, I love it here, I could stay here all day. And that's what typically happens. But be realistic about what you're actually doing, because I promise you, yes, these influencers, they might be wealthier, they might have no job, they have to do, whatever. You could afford to add probably an hour into your day. And if you chunk that into 20 minutes of habits you wanted to learn, you could like be fit, learn a new language, clean your entire house, start that business, start that YouTube channel, spend more time with your loved ones. I mean, the options are infinite, and we get rid of it all because we scroll. And scrolling is dangerous. I think watching these kind of videos is not dangerous. I watch tons of videos like the kind I make you guys. I play them constantly to reprogram my brain while I'm showering, cleaning, working out, driving, because I used to just, even music can be bad because you're just zoned out. And I think so much of the time you can be literally programming your brain to think about all the things that could help you be successful. Like the other day, I played a podcast on the way to work, and I was going to go get something unhealthy to eat on the way to work. And this girl was talking about how she healed her gut health. And I clicked on it the same reason I used to click on weight loss videos. Like, I don't know, I'm just curious what this is. I'm probably not going to do any of these things. And she was talking about eating fiber. And I was like, you know what? That's so true. I feel so bloated. I would love to eat a salad and feel a little lighter and fresher and more energized. And I did. And so I want to encourage you, become on this path this new year. I know you're looking for some quick fixes. If you're looking for quick fixes, my recommendation to you would be write down habits on a piece of paper. For me, I don't like to do the same thing every day. So I tend to make about 8 habits and say like each day I'll do at least one. I like to go easy on myself so I don't burn out. Because in the beginning, if you make realistic goals. I was setting my goals today for like winter break time. And I was like, should I set a goal for 10,000 steps? I was like, that's kind of a lot, especially if I'm not going to work. So I was like, I'll do like 9,000. Set some goals that challenge you slightly, but are attainable. Because I find that the pain of not wanting to do the goal and then not really being able to achieve it easily is going to destroy your self-efficacy. And that's what's going to lead to these snowballing beliefs where you're like, I could never lose weight. I can't. I'm going to go eat at a fast food place. No, make a goal like, I'm going to eat a fruit every day. Can you do that? Yeah. And then eating that fruit's going to make you like, oh, I'm more full. I don't need a dessert today. It's just a snowball. It can be a horrible snowball, or it can be like a good snowball where every day a little dirty piece of the snow is like thrown in the opposite direction. But I need to go to my workout class. But I wish you guys the absolute best. I promise you, I will always come on here with content that is positive. That's my vow to you guys. I am going to bring you content that I genuinely believe could be Clockwork Orange style programmed into your brain, and it's going to make you a better you. I feel very strongly that my worth as a person has increased since I have watched these kind of videos, and I would like nothing more than to be that for you. And I hope the way I explain things can make sense, because I used to be a person so, I mean, even my roommate and I, my roommate has ADD and I had ADHD, and we were so ruled by this like feeling of inadequacy that almost becomes like a layer of pain that's all over you. And it gets to the point where you're just like, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm covered in this paint. You got to start trying to pick that paint off you. You don't want to be covered in that paint for the rest of your life. So I really hope that the way I'm describing these things resonates with you guys. You know, some of the advice I watch on YouTube is like, journal. And I'm like, that's not going to work for me. If you're an idiot, that might work for you. But I think a lot of us are not dumb. We have degrees, we have jobs, we have families. You know, we're adept at our lifestyle. But modern society steals your energy. And I think daily you can lose your life force. So while you have free time, I encourage you to be mindful. Why do I do what I do? Even with hanging out with people lately, I've been like, this person's not valuing my time. I think they're going to get denoted to acquaintance, you know? I mean, you've got to ask yourself, like, what am I genuinely achieving out of everything